Hello, everyone. So I'm Véronique. I work in Editorial, and I'm in charge of experience and adoption. And I'm happy to present today with Anneke on this great achievement, creating Buzz with a new intranet. First, let me introduce Buzz and tell you the story of our journey to a brand new intranet experience with Yammer. Our former internet portal was complex and outdated, causing difficulties to share streamlined information and to reach all employees across the company at the same time, whatever their location and the device used. From a user perspective, finding the content and tools was uneasy. It was a static internet ecosystem, lacking tools for engagement, and reflected an outdated top-down approach to communications. So we decided to build the next generation intranet called Buzz and made a huge step ahead. So what is Buzz? Buzz is a dynamic two-way social media platform using Yammer and SharePoint. Right from the homepage, the employees can engage and react to the news, access to their tools, or contact colleagues from their network. They can also find relevant resources like policies and guidelines related to their role in SharePoint and Reddit site, or just use a powerful search tool to find what they need across the whole environment. It is customizable, so they also have their preferred applications like Concur or Workday at hand. What we are doing here with a social internet platform is to change how we communicate, engage, and open the doors of our company to all employees around the world. It brings the capability to share the company voice and to better connect all employees to our strategy. It is a brand new experience. What does it look like? Here is this social intranet. As you can see, it is built.
Sorry, yeah. Véronique, Laurie, if you're there, for some reason, Laurie, you keep on sharing. Yeah, Laurie keeps on sort of taking over the screen sharing. So Laurie, can you stop sharing and just let Véronique take over? Yeah, just continue, Véronique. Yep, we can hear you. I'm just going to try. Yeah, we're just going to try to stop, prevent Laurie from actually sharing his screen over you. So, but you just keep on going, and we will try and stop, try to take control away from Laurie.
Okay. So I was about to show you this Buzz intranet. So it is built as a one-stop shop at the heart of the new digital workplace. So right when employees launch their browser, they land on Buzz, where they can find everything they need daily. All employees share the same information at the same time, wherever they are in the company. And they get also profiled and personalized content. They can read the latest news and stay connected to what happened in the company and also in their country or department. They have quick access to all the tools in one place, so a preview of their agenda and tasks, applications, sites, all the communities they belong to, their SharePoint sites and network. So you can see the free news feeds are pushed from Yammer communities directly. So how did we achieve such a huge transformation of the intranet in line with our ambition to transform the way we do communications? It was all the more challenging that we had some bad experience and low adoption of Yammer in the company. We did not succeed in launching Yammer as our enterprise social network before. Yammer was not seen as a need, but it was not integrated in the former ecosystem. We had newsletters, Skype, Zoom, and many other applications, so people did not see the purpose of Yammer. It was just another tool. But this time we had a story behind them and make sure it made sense. 2020 was the perfect time to make the shift to a social intranet platform, the context was far more favorable as we came with a comprehensive plan and in-house turnkey solution. So first, the deployment of our new digital workplace with Office 365 laid the groundwork for adoption of new ways of working, offering greater flexibility and better connectivity at a time when we need it most. Secondly, with the new Yammer as early adopters, we had the chance to use the new version, bringing latest social features, allowing us to build this next generation intranet able to surface the content from Office 365 and to make it more collaborative, engaging, and informative. And third, the COVID, of course, it was not part of the plan, but it increased the adoption of Yammer because people realized the importance of connection, collaboration, and internal communication. So thanks to these special circumstances, our audience was ready to adopt Yammer and the new intranet and to make our ambition for communication a reality. But the perfect timing is not more important than leadership support to succeed. Now I will leave the floor to Anneke. She'll tell you how we have got such high level of engagement so far. The floor is yours, Anneke.
Thank you, Véronique. So as Véronique mentioned, timing is extremely important when launching the new Yammer platform, but so is leadership, support from senior leadership. So it's not easy to create a shift in an organization of this size. We're about 110,000 people across the globe. And it hasn't been a smooth transition, but we're not just changing the tools here, we're also changing the culture and the ways of working. And there are lots of factors to consider in this. And as Véronique said, it was the right timing because we had this integrated solution. So we also were fortunate enough to have a CEO who is a very active communicator. So Paul Hudson's style is very much like Yammer itself. It's discussion-based and informal, and he wants to create a real dialogue with employees across the world. So right from the start, he's done a great job championing the tool and encouraging others to actively participate. And I'm going to give you a little preview of what he said at the launch of Buzz. So Véronique, if you could launch the video, please. Although I'm not hearing any sound.
Oh. You're not hearing the sound. Okay. I will share again, maybe just a moment. Sorry for that.
We can also show you without sound, but it's a little less effective because you don't get Paul's voice. You don't get to see how he talks.
I think, Véronique, there's an option. Maybe someone else, techie on the call, can help out. I think there's an option in Teams where you share computer audio too. Is that right?
Need to include sound.
Yeah.
When sharing, include sound.
Sorry, I had a kind of lag with my. I have a bad connection too, so just some that. We'll start in. Is it okay now? Ah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Continue.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if you look up Hudson, you can also see what he sounds like. He's very, very personable, and he's incredibly warm and engaging and approachable. So even though Paul's been a major support, a lot of our other senior leaders weren't always fully on board. And so I'm going to tell you about a senior leader in the UK who has...
sorry. Sorry, Anneke, sorry for this, but I think it would be great if we could have Paul. But sorry, I thought I could launch the video now. Just doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry for that. Just go on, please. I will. It doesn't work anymore. I don't know why.
Okay.
No problem, Véronique. We've all been there. There's no problem at all.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you about a senior director in the UK who wasn't completely on board with social networks. So I'm going to call her Annie for the purposes of this call. So Annie leads a large team in a key market, and her method of communicating with teams was to talk with them in person or to send an email. So Yammer was actually piloted in our UK market before it went global. And the communication teams there did a lot of work to prepare senior leaders to get them on board to say, okay, this is how it works. You really need to embrace this solution, Buzz and Yammer, and we'll be there behind you and provide support. I happened to be in the UK just during the pilot, so just around this time. So we drafted posts, we drafted titles, topics, we gave them accompanying images, we made quick guides and tutorials on how to use Yammer, and we sat down with the leaders and showed them how to post. And keep in mind that this was before the post on behalf feature. So everyone more or less was okay with this, and there were a few posts, you know, a few errors here and there, a few people very, very painstakingly accepted the solution, but Annie refused. She didn't use social media in her personal life, and she didn't understand why she should use it at work. So we really did stress the importance to Annie for her team, and she flat out refused. So after several months of trying, we said, that's okay. Okay, we're going to accept this. She won't post. We'll move on. But then during confinement, suddenly there was a post from Annie with her photo. So she'd taken the time to really work on her profile. She had topics. She had an image. She had text. And she was there. She was present. So during the pandemic, she realized the importance of connecting with her team and of internal communications. And she realized that social media was actually quite powerful for relaying her vision and being closer to her employees. And following that post, her team's engagement skyrocketed. They realized that she was out of her comfort zone, but that they could discuss with her too. If she was no longer afraid to post, then they could post and have a discussion right with her. So, you know, it's still a process. And even now, we have to egg our senior leaders on. Some of them are more hesitant than others. We say, hey, even just start by adding a comment or replying to a comment to a post that they're tagged in. It's a step-by-step process, but thanks to Paul, our senior leaders are gaining more maturity in social media and exploring how they can share their strategy. And when they encourage, oh, is it working?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to let you hear it from the pro. It sounds like Paul is going to speak now.
Okay.
So have you heard the buzz? we're launching our social media internal communications platform, The Buzz. It's one of those moments where we get to really share the excitement for everything that's going on in the company and still allows you to get close to the news that's pertinent for you. In fact, let's be honest, it's much like how you use social media externally. So we're modernizing, we're on our way, and I want to thank everybody involved. I want to urge you all to jump in, because a lot of our announcements and communications will come that way, as they should. So good luck, enjoy it.
So true to his word, Paul now exclusively uses Yammer for communications. He no longer sends top-down emails, and more leaders are doing the same and participating in the conversation. And not surprisingly, senior leader posts get the most interaction of any other post because people think that or feel that they are being listened to. And most of the time, I'll admit, it is the comms colleagues behind the senior leaders who are reading and saying, hey, senior leaders, post back. But it makes everyone want to talk more and participate. So we're becoming more agile. And in agile terms, it's all iterative. So even though we are early adopters, we still do have a ways to go for engagement. And more particularly for our Salesforce and manufacturing teams who weren't historically digital first. But we're trying to look at how we can activate them and bring them into the discussion. And we're finding that changing behavior is always the toughest part. But if you really work at it, we believe that it will change. It will eventually change. So where we go from here is we've got a 4-step sort of approach. We've got an education piece for all employees, and you can see the handsome Jules here on Véronique's screen. So Jules is our mascot for everything Buzz, and he is here to educate employees on what they can do, how they can best engage and bring their voices to the platform, how they can connect with other employees. Then our second part of our approach is community management. So we have regular catch-ups with our communications leaders in all of the countries. And we share best practices and we create guidelines to boost the engagement. And then for the C-suite and the senior leaders, we're still encouraging them to post. And we are now making full use of the post on behalf of feature. And then we're in frequent conversations with the Microsoft team to talk about new functionalities and give them feedback and see how we can best communicate these new functionalities that are coming up. So it's still a process. We've got a long way to go, but it has a lot to do with timing and a lot to do with support from senior leaders. So thank you.